Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. We're going to be making some chicken and dumpling casserole for dinner today. I'm going to start off by putting about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. I have my frozen peppers. You're going to need about 2.5 cups of pepper. I'd use 2 handfuls. These are frozen. They're red, green, and yellow. And this is the best way to preserve your peppers. I've had these for going on a month now. And you just cut them up and you put them in a bag and you put them in the freezer. Same thing with the onions. You're going to need about 1.5 cups of onions. I cut them up and I put them in the bag. I double bagged them and I put them in the freezer and it preserves them. So I'm going to season my peppers and onions with some black pepper and garlic powder. We're going to mix this up. We're going to put a lid on it. We're going to let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes on medium-low heat. You don't want them translucent, but you do want your peppers and onions to cook down a little bit. So after about 7 minutes, this is what it looks like. And at this point, you can remove them from your pan. I'm going to take mine and I'm going to pour mine in a bowl and I'm going to set it aside because we're going to use this same pan to season and cook our chicken in. So to your chicken, you're going to add in your seasonings. You're going to need some garlic powder, Padilla complete seasoning, parsley, and Italian seasoning. Now I will link the recipe in the description box below. They only wanted you to season everything when you put it in your baking dish, and they only want you to season it with poultry seasoning. I personally think you need more than that, and I wanted to season every layer of my food. But of course, you can always follow the recipe if you'd like to do it that way as well. Now, while your chicken is cooking, you're going to have your oven preheated at 350 degrees, and you're going to melt you some butter. So this is an 8x11. You can get an 8x11 or a 9x13 baking dish. And you're going to put a 1/2 cup of butter or 1 stick of butter. And you're going to put it in your oven and you're going to let it melt in the bottom of your baking dish. Now the recipe calls for a 9x13 pan. I chose to do an 8x11. So now we're going to make pretty much our dumpling. And you're going to need 2 cups of biscuit flour, 2 teaspoons of salt. Do not do 2 tablespoons. And 2 cups of milk. And you're going to get that all mixed up and you're going to set it to the side. And then you're going to move on to adding in your can of cream of chicken soup and then 2 cups of chicken stock. And you're going to get this mixed and you're going to set this to the side as well, and then we're going to start assembling our casserole. Now normally you would dump your dumpling mixture in with the soup mixture and it would cook in that into like little balls, but this is you're pretty much kind of saving a step or making it easier for yourself because you're going to pour it over the top of your casserole and everything is going to cook in the oven that way. So our butter is melted, so we're going to start off by layering the first layer with our chicken. And then on top of that we're going to put our peppers and onions. And then we're going to add our biscuit mix on top of that. Now, since this is a smaller baking dish, I'm not going to use the whole amount. If you're using a 9x13 baking dish, you can use the whole amount. And then you're going to use, you're going to put this cream of chicken soup and your chicken stock on top of that. Again, I'm not pouring the whole thing in. I'm just drizzling it over it about how much I want in there. So this is going to be 350 degrees for an hour, and then when it's done, you're going to let it sit out and firm for 30 minutes. If you try to take this out and cut it right away, it will not be firm like it is now. So make sure you let it sit for that 30 minutes before you decide to serve up yourself some. So again, this is after the 30 minutes. It's cooled off a bit, it's firm and it's set up. And so I'm fixing myself a bowl. And this is what it looks like. This was so good. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Bye guys. I just wanted to show y'all that we ate every bit of this casserole. It was so good, and I'm definitely gonna add this to my recipes. Bye guys.